everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. Today is Mixed Media Frenzy and we are scraplifting that layout you see in the upper right hand corner, and I will have all the information in my description box on who actually did that layout. But they are a Hip Kit Club designer, I believe, on the design team. So what I'm using is I am using papers from last year's Hip Kit Club kit, one of them is, and the other ones are from this year's for Christmas. And the first one, I believe it was called Make a Wish, was the name of the papers. The whole kit was, but because they're like exclusive. Only with the Hip Kit Club kit can you get these papers and die cuts and everything. So now this other paper, I believe the collection this year was called Make Your Days Merry, something like that. I can't exactly remember, but I will make sure I put it all down for you. And what I'm doing is I'm using a white piece of cardstock. That cardstock is Vicki Bouton's foundation paper. I already clear gessoed it because I had one that I done before and I just used it now. So that's why I didn't show you me gessoing it with clear gesso. So what I did is, like I said, I ripped the papers and I'm going to kind of make like a scene like they have on the layout. And that's why I liked the house paper, because I thought it was super cool with the snow on the houses. And I distressed the edges of each one of these papers after I ripped them. And now I'm just going to kind of stack them on top of each other, just like they have. And the last one I used looks like it's snow, so it looks really cool. So I really liked these papers. They were perfect for this type of scene that you want to make on a layout, so a winter scene. So now I'm going to use the top part of that paper that's on the bottom, and also this really cute snowflake paper. And I like it because not only does it have the big snowflakes, but it has little tiny round snowflakes. Super, super fun and really pretty papers these are. So what I did is I ripped those, and I'm going to put these ones on top. And I do end up ripping these down a little bit more because the one was a little too long. And I distressed the edges of these as well, and then I'm going to also put them on top of each other as well. And then I'm going to glue everything down on the paper, on the white cardstock. So I also ruffled up the edges of these as well because I want them to look really, really ruffled up. So yes, so now these are, I got this package last year in my Hip Kit Club kit, and it had houses, and they're kind of like cut files, little cut files. And what they are is they're houses, trees, snowflakes, and we got stars, I believe, in the package. And I've never used it, so I used it this year. So what I did is I took one of Vicki Bouton's papers that I had. It was a scrap paper left from one of her collections, and I wanted to make the houses, the windows part that are open, look like there's light coming out. So that's what I did, and I just kind of took a piece and then glued it on to each house so that it looks like there's a light in there. And then what I did with the trees is I decided to use this paper here and a green paper that I also had. These were scraps from the Hip Kit Club kits as well. And what I did is I glued them to the back of these. So I kind of like backed a cut file basically, but I just wanted it so that it would look like you'd see a little red coming through where the little snowflakes are on the trees, and also some green. And I did that with all the houses and then all the trees. And then I had a little snowman in there as well, so I decided to dress him up. So what I did is I took this little scrap papers that I had, and I put an orange on the back for the nose, and then a little black and white checkered paper that I had to do the eyes and the little buttons for the snowman. So I kind of backed the cut files, I guess, a little bit, I guess you could say, but I wanted to dress them up a little bit. But I'm also going to also paint them, which you'll see in a minute. So first what I'm going to do is I put that aside, and I am going to back my photo with some of these papers that I ripped. And The first one was the snowflake paper that I used, so that's the one I'm going to back first. And I'm just cutting it, and it's just going to be a little border around the edges, not too big. I just wanted something. And the photo that I'm documenting today is a photo of all my kids. Last Christmas, their nanny got them, and their papa got them all these really beautiful, soft, cozy blankets. And they are like huge. And they love using these now every year. So they took them out again this year. And we live in Florida, so it doesn't get too cold here, but it has been cold. So they do use them at night when they go to bed and when they're hanging around the house in the morning in their jammas. So super cute picture I took of them with their blankets wrapped around them in front of our Christmas tree. So that is the photo that I'm documenting. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some mixed media now on the back, because that's what this is, Mixed Media Frenzy. And what I did is I took one of my magical powders that I received in one of my kits. This one is Whale Watch Blue. And it's like a deep blue color, as you could see. And what I did is I just want a little bit like they have peeking out the bottom where I have those ripped papers. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit here and there. And I'm going to move it around with my brush as well, because I don't want those sharp edges. And then I decided to put a little bit on my papers that I ripped on the bottom one where the snowflakes are. So I just a little bit. And then I came in with my brush and some water, and I could just kind of moved it around a little bit and made the edges a little bit softer so they don't look so sharp and they look nice. And then I just dabbed up the excess with my paper towel. And then I came in again with a little more, just to kind of make it look like it's coming down, dipping down a little bit. And that's it. And then I put that on top like that. And I just did a little bit more. And then I'm going to come in and I'm also going to do some splatters, because I wanted lots of splatters to make it look like the snow was coming down on the layout. And this was the perfect color to do that with. And I just wanted a little bit in this corner here of where my photo is, because then I'm going to do some splatters. And I just kind of wanted it all to come together a little bit like that. So I did a lot of these splatters all over the place, just to make it look like little snowflakes all over, just coming down, tiny ones. And that was basically it I did as far as the mixed media went for my background. But I am going to do some mixed media with those die cuts that you saw. I'm going to color them a little bit with some watercolor. And then I came down and I did a little bit on the bottom as well, because snow falls and of course it's going to come down at the bottom, right? So basically what I'm doing is just making a real cute Christmas scene. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to glue these all down now that everything's dried. And I always use tape and then I glue whenever I have mixed media, because it always comes up if I just use tape. So I always use my Scotch glue and I use the tape as well, because it just helps stick it. It just gives it extra reinforcement to stay and not rip up or anything. So now I'm just going to smush those down, and then I'm going to come down and do the bottom one. But while I'm doing that, I want to remind you all not to forget to check out the other ladies in Mixed Media Frenzy. I will have their links down below. I'm also going to have the link to our Facebook group, because I keep forgetting to tell you guys about that. We have a Facebook group, so if you're on Facebook, you can ask to join, and we'll let you in, and you can show us your mixed media layouts and any mixed media work that you're doing or working on. It could be anything mixed media. And and every month, at the end of the month, we have, we let you guys join in. So we always have like a hop, and like this month it's May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, and you get to do a layout. It just has to include mixed media, and we do a little hop. And if you have a YouTube channel or you're on Instagram, you can join. Or you could just play along and just post your layout to the Facebook group. So I will have that link down below as well. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to color these trees now with some green. This is Pine Needle. It's a Distress Oxide. And all I did was smudge it down on my glass mat and added some water, and I'm just going to color them just like that. Real simple. Nothing hard, nothing too complicated, just really easy. And I do that with all of them, and I don't show you every single one because it's pretty, simple. And now I'm going to come in and do the houses. So the first one I'm going to do is this one's Festive Berry, also a Distress Oxide, and I did the same thing. I just rubbed it on my mat and added some water. And the other one I do is Tumbled Glass, and that one is a real light blue, so it doesn't show up too well, but I kept it that color because I didn't want it to be too dark of a blue. So yeah, I see this one, it's not real dark, but it was fine. So I just wanted them to have a little color to them. And then I did this one, I believe this one is something straw. I can't, fossil straw or something like that. And that one's like a yellow, and I did that one. And that was it for them. And then I wanted to make the top hat on the snowman black, so I came in with a little bit of my black soot Distress Oxide, wet that down, and just painted that. It came out more like a gray, but that's okay. And now I'm going to take those snowflakes that I have that are also die cuts, and I am going to dip them. I'm going to stamp them with my Versamark ink, and then I am going to use my snowflake embossing powder, which has like a silver and a little bit of a gold in there, glitter, and super pretty with some white. And I just sprinkle it on top, and then I'm going to take them off, and I am going to put the heat gun to them, and I am going to emboss them. Now you really can't tell really on camera, but they look really sparkly. So in the close-ups at the end, make sure you watch because you'll see how pretty they came out. They came out so pretty, and they just look like such pretty snowflakes. So I really like this embossing powder. I try to show you up close, but you really can't tell that good. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to pop everything up on some craft foam. So I did pop my photo up on some craft foam, and I glued that down already. Now I'm going to do my houses, and I'm just going to do the same thing to each one, and then I'm going to tuck them in where I want them. This tall one I put over here, and then I went with this one over next to my photo here. And then the yellow one's going to go over in the right hand side. And I'm making sure I glue them down really well so that they stay. And then I'm going to come in and do the same thing with the Christmas trees. So I'm going to pop those up as well on some craft foam. And I really love the way these little die cuts came out. They're so cute. And I'm glad that I remembered I had them. I just kind of pulled out all my Christmas stuff that I had and from last year and previous years and what I still have, and I just kind of put it all together to get ready to do Christmas. And I put it all like in one big bin. I have like this crate bin that I keep everything in, and this way I could just go through it and I know what I have, and then I can find things better that way than me trying to go in all these different spots to try and find things. I try to keep it all together by each holiday. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those snowflakes that I embossed, and I'm going to glue those down. And I'm only going to glue down the centers because I want the tips of the snowflakes to look like they're real snowflakes. So I left those up and kind of left them a little three-dimensional. And this layout came out so cute and so pretty, and I'm so glad we got this idea. And I can't remember who did this layout, but I can't wait. I got to write it down for you guys, so I hope I don't forget. But they are from the Hit Kip Club Kit design team, so I will make sure I try to get that for you. And next is my title. Now, we got these stickers this year in our kits, and this one says Stay Cozy, which was perfect because they had their blankets around them when I took the picture. And I'm going to kind of do it like that because I figured I didn't want them like right straight next to each other. Kind of wanted them to offset each other so it would look a little bit better. And so that's what I did. And there you go. Stay cozy. And these are really good. They stick really well, so I didn't have to glue them down. And then I had this baby, it's cold outside, little blue one. And this was on the bottom, this little phrase. So I stuck that in the bottom of my photo. And then I came in with this other snowflake. I found a blue one on that thicker sheet, so I put that right next to my title. And I glued that one down. And let's see. Oh, and then I found this one on an older kit. This was the Make-A-Wish kit. And then I'm going to come in with some Nuvo drops, and I am going to put them in the center. And this is baby blue, and it's a crystal drop. And I haven't used my Nuvo drops in a long time, so I decided to use them today. And I stuck them in the middle like that. I put a little dot in the middle of those snowflakes. And then the big one, I stuck one of these enamel dots that I had that really cool blue. And I stuck one in the middle of that one as well. And that's it. That's the layout, guys. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, don't forget to check out the other ladies. And there's the snowflakes. See how pretty they are? I love that embossing powder. So pretty. And look at all that. Oh, it just came out so nice. So like I said, don't forget to check out the other ladies. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. Just hit the red subscribe button. And I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I am going to be having a giveaway. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you have a chance to win. I will let you guys know pretty soon all the details about that. And that's it, guys. Nice and pretty. I really love the way it turned out. And I hope you guys do too. And like always, guys, I want to thank you for watching. And remember, stay crafty. Bye.